Planned in the deadly Stepon Clark shooting case amidst protests and investigations. The next legal steps in the civil case could be announced as soon as Monday at the federal courthouse. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Steve Large. CBS 13's Mark Thompson is live at the federal courthouse with what we're learning tonight. Mark.
Well, Steve, first of all, I can tell you that the streets have been quiet tonight after 2 days of protests. Now, moving forward, the family of Stepon Clark, they have retained prominent civil rights attorney Ben Crump to join their legal team. And Crump has announced that he will be holding a news conference Monday morning right here at the federal courthouse. National civil rights attorney Ben Crump sent out this tweet and video saying he is now representing the family of Stepon Clark. Clark, 22 years old, was unarmed when he was shot and killed by Sacramento Police outside his grandparents' home Sunday, sparking days of protests as people marched the streets of Sacramento demanding justice.
Say his name!
Crump has represented families in high-profile cases including Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, and Tamir Rice. In the video, he writes, "All of us who are committed to social justice are demanding full transparency and answers as to how these tragic events unfolded." Crump will be holding a news conference Monday in front of the federal courthouse in downtown Sacramento. And while Crump hasn't announced details or a call to action, Sacramento attorney Mark Reichel suspects he may be considering filing a civil lawsuit on behalf of the family in federal court. And if successful,
is going to get damages, and by damages I mean money damages. Now, that is going to compensate the family for the loss of their loved one, what he would have earned in his lifetime.
Reichel says filing in federal court may help level the playing field for the family, as state court judges are more likely to know members of the department and the police officers involved.
You get to a sterile environment where these federal judges and so forth, they may not know any of these officers, whereas in state court they may know some of these officers. So what you really get is a more neutral, I say sanitized environment, and it's the big time. You're in federal court, you're suing based on your constitutional rights.
Now, keep in mind, any civil lawsuit filed here in federal court is a totally separate matter from a criminal case that may come down against the individual officers themselves. That'll be handled by the district attorney's office. The Ben Crump news conference is scheduled for Monday morning at 10 a.m. right here in front of the federal courthouse. Steve, back to you.
Mark Thompson live for us tonight in downtown Sacramento. Thanks, Mark. The officers involved in the shooting death of Stepon Clark are getting death threats, according to police. A civil rights attorney released the names of the two officers yesterday. The Sacramento Police Department would not confirm the names, but did say the two officers named had been receiving death threats. We asked the police department about the death threats. They say the officers are under protection, which is protocol. However, they could not go into details for safety reasons. For the very latest on the Stepon Clark case, including the police body camera video, as well as a look at this week's protests, you can head to our website.